Restock? Shock drop? Or should I call it sneaker stash? Well, what's going on with you, YouTube? Jumpman Chris here. We're calling back at y'all with another vid, guys. Alright, so another Complex Con in the books, man. Hey, wasn't able to go this year. I know I said last year that I was definitely gonna go. Things happened, had a new baby and stuff, and hey, couldn't make it out this year. But I'm trying to go next year, guys. I'm trying to go next year. Let's see what happens, man. Because it seems like Complex Con is a spot to go, it seems like. I mean, you know what I'll say? I feel like even this year was way better than last year. And last year was good, too, with the whole Travis Scott and everything. This time I felt like this year, they just kept with all the brands. Even Jordan brands showed up. You know, Nike, Adidas, J-Tips, all that jazz, man. It seemed like everything showed out this year for Complex Con. First of all, 2025 was probably one of the best years in the sneakers years of all time because of all the great releases. So, you know, we knew that Complex Con was going to go crazy this year. And they went back, ran it back in Vegas again this year. Man, it seemed like a lot of people was getting some stuff, man. Like, I've seen some people was getting in line for, I mean, we knew, kind of said this last week. We're like, okay, Complex Con coming out. Usually things are going to happen. We'll probably see some restocks. We'll probably see some shock drops. We'll probably see some earlies. All that jazz, man. Yo, it looked lit today. It was pretty nice. It was like a 2-3 day event. So, next year, guys. We'll try to do it next year. I was seeing something like a lot of people were getting earlies of the Jordan 11s. They had the whole pack that came out, but seemed pretty limited, which I kind of knew anyways, even though it is a Jordan 11. If you guys feel like you guys want to pay that crazy resale price on those, you know, region exclusive Jordan 11s, then be my guest. I mean, I'm hearing they're pretty nice, I guess, but for $400 or $500, that's kind of crazy to me. But hey, if you guys love it, then cool. Because the all purple joints, I think they were probably giving out. Same thing with the Houstons. I think it was what was another one? It was Atlanta, I think. All at Complex Con, but it was very, very limited. I would say just be a little, you know, it is gonna be limited because it's a regional exclusive. Will this be a Complex exclusive? You know, that would be kind of crazy. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some more releases of those coming out in the future in those regional exclusives, especially if you're in Vegas. Vegas, you'll probably get those purple ones in, like, say, like Nike or something crazy. So, you know, just be prepared for that. But those are really nice. I'm just saying, the resale on those are crazy right now. I was hearing some resellers wanting like 5, 6, even the highest I saw was 8. But I just didn't know Jordan 11 was going crazy like that. Now, when Complex Con every year, they usually do the whole Complex Sneaker of the Year, and people kind of go crazy for it. I feel like it's kind of early, though, because you know, for me personally as a content creator, I feel like we gotta wait till all the releases kind of happen. Like, I usually like to make my Sneaker of the Year towards the end of the year, my official Sneaker of the Year. Yes, I'll do some, you know, so far right now, like 1/4 or half or so on and so forth. But my official Sneaker of the Year usually happen towards the end of the year because I want to see all the releases happen even during the holiday season. I mean, we're still going to get some bangers at the end of the year. I mean, we still haven't got Travis's. We still haven't got the Black Cat 4s, Jordan 11s. I mean, the energy could always change from today, tomorrow, and so forth. But hey, looks like this is Complex Con's list right here. I mean, we had a couple Adidas, even a Converse, some Jordans. I mean, the Adidas, you know, Jellyfish, some say it was Sneaker of the Year. You know, hey, if it's on your list, then cool. I just don't really care for them. I did see them in hand. They look kind of big, and they kind of like gives a little Balenciaga vibe to it. But hey, man, it's all good. Even the Air Maxes. I mean, 2 Air Maxes on the freaking list was kind of crazy, and some Jordans. Oh yeah, I did see some restocks of the Lil Yachty and all that too, the Air Force Ones. I know people were going crazy for those earlier this year. So, hey, anything on this list, it seemed like they were releasing in Complex. Obviously, things were pretty limited. They probably only had like 300 pairs or something like that. And then my surprise was 2 Jordan 4s were back-to-back for 1 and 2. So, number 2 was Undefeated, which, you know, I could agree with it. I actually have probably the Undefeated in my top 5. I don't think I have it that high up, you know. I mean, honestly, I'm really surprised that the 85 highs are not up here. Like, that's, right now, I mean, that's probably up there in my top 3 still, the 85 breads. But, you know, and we're supposed to get another release. So, you know, maybe the energy could change on those. But I get it. People were upset about it because they were really limited. But obviously, I think a lot of people could see that, yes, the brick by bricks are probably the sneaker of the year. Yes, I agree with that. I'm probably gonna put in my sneaker of the year too as well, just because how people went crazy for these, like throughout the whole entire year. In my opinion, yeah, maybe you don't like the colorway, maybe you don't like this or Nigel, you don't care for it. I get that, but still, you cannot deny that how the sneaker game was and the community went crazy for the brick by bricks. It just kind of had to be on the sneaker of the year, in my opinion. You know, it's not my personal favorite, but if I were to have a sneaker of the year list, this probably gonna end up being number 1 or number 2. Definitely. Talk about this Restock shock drop sneaker stash that kind of happened. So we did get a little bit of teaser. I mean, we saw what 7 hours ago, a couple of hours ago, that Nigel posted up this whole like bike air with the whole red background. I was kind of like, I was even thinking like, okay, Complex Con is going on. What's gonna happen? I'm sure they had this whole routine going down. I'm sure Complex Con was talking to Nigel about it. I'll tell you what, man, Nigel has been killing this year, man. They've been all over the world. They did the whole bike thing with the Air Jordan 1s, going to New York City, all that, man. So, hey, man, I feel like they did a really good job with this whole Nigel and everything, build up this whole, you know, hype and release, man. I wonder how does Travis Scott feel. He seemed like he kind of took a little bit of back seat now. Okay, with that being said, so I did hear about this. I was seeing even shout out to my guy Nikki B2313 for all the info. I even saw he made a post and stuff. I was seeing a lot of people make a post on Twitter. And then, of course, after the whole Complex Con, when they did the whole sneaker of the year, then Nigel got on, made a video. So this was all pre-recorded, I'm sure, and was like, oh, I got some pairs outside if you guys want to come out. So you guys already know, people are probably running outside, going crazy, seeing where Nigel is at. He pulled up in the whole truck, in that whole brick, you know, semi-truck, and it was like a whole sneaker stash. It seemed like if you were there, you probably would have hit. It seemed like a decent amount of people did end up hitting. From what I was told, there's like, what, maybe less than 300 pairs out there, some of that, maybe. You know, that's just a rumor. But there was there's still a pretty decent amount of pairs out there. But that being said, if you were able to get a W, lucky enough to get a W, GG's, man. I was hoping I'll try to make some posts on my IG. That's what I try to tell you guys, man. Look, make sure you guys follow me on my IG. Make sure you guys follow the JMK broadcast channel, because if I can't make a video on time, if I find any information, I will try to let you guys know as best as possible. Because I know there's a whole bunch of people to follow and stuff like that. So, you know, just try to help everyone out as best as possible. But I'm pretty sure if you're in Vegas, everyone pretty got the kind of hint to know what's kind of going on. So, anyways, you ran out, sneaker stash. If you were there, you're in that location, you probably had a really good chance to hit. Now, I'm not sure if you had to go up there and you had to pick up, because usually sneaker stash, isn't it usually a pickup, or is it usually they ship it to you? Not exactly sure how that works. I never hit on sneaker stash, so I wouldn't know. I know Sneakers Pass, yeah, Sneakers Pass, you hit, and then the next day you go in there and show your ID. But I don't know how, like, we haven't had a sneaker stash in a long time. But, you know, don't know if you, like, if people could have, you know, swooped their location or something. But, hey, man. So, that whole situation with the whole shock drop with the Nigels, remember it was like less than 1,000 pairs or something like that? Remember that? That whole incident of a cool group, you know, kind of leaked it out. And they did end up canceling everyone's orders. And I guess this is what they end up doing with all that stock. They brought it here for Las Vegas. So, now we know what happened. Now we know what they did with all of it. They did it. They saved it for Complex Comment. And I feel like they did it the right way. I feel like they did a good job with it. I feel like they hyped it up. And they did a good job releasing it. You know, say what you want. I mean, yeah, I wasn't there, but I'm excited for the people that was there. It seemed like that was a fantastic time, man. If I was there, I would have went crazy, fam. Like, that would have been insane. But, hey, man, next year, maybe we'll try. We'll see where they're going to go next year. If they're going to go back to, you know, run it back to Vegas, or maybe they'll do LA. Maybe they'll do Chicago. Who knows, man? But it seems like the place to go is Complex Con, it seems like. So, I wish I would have went. Man, living here, man, I just always seem like I miss out on a lot of things, man. It just seems like, you know, all the big cities, like, you know, if you're in Vegas, LA, New York, there's always something happening, especially with like either sneakers or something, man. But hey man, GG's for everyone. So I'm pretty sure this is it. So, you know, this is done with the whole, you know, brick by bricks, doing like, you know, restocks or shock drops or anything like that. You know, we've been talking about this for the longest time. When's the restock? Like, hey, me and Nikki B tried to tell y'all something was going down very soon. We didn't know what's gonna happen. I should expect that it probably could happen on Complex Con. That's what I should expect it. But hey, here we are. All right. Anyway, guys, man, just want to make this quick video, man. You guys let me know, were you guys down in Vegas, down in Complex Con? Did you guys end up getting a W? How was it out there? Explain your, you know, your story, like how it was down there, the situation. Were you able to get a W? Was it crazy? Man, I'd love to know, man. I'm just kind of living vicariously through y'all. Hey, let's get it, man. Anyway, guys, just want to say I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. If you guys don't mind, please hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if it's your first time here. Comment down below and please hit that bell for all the notifications when I do drop vids. And don't forget to follow me on my social media at Chris on IG, something on Twitter, and don't forget Snapchat. I'm also on TikTok. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm Chris. Peace.